Hello makers and welcome back to Making with Miss Dobras. Alright, today's design challenge is to make spinning tops with materials that you have in your home. So I'm going to show you 3 different styles of spinning tops that you can make, and then you can choose to make all of them or just choose one, or maybe you'll invent your own type of spinning top with the materials that you have at home. So I'll give you a little preview. The first one I'm going to show you is made of cardboard and paper design. And then you cut a little slit in it and you put a coin in it. I have a quarter here, but you can use a penny or a nickel, and that's one way. And the second way I'm going to show you uses a little cap on the top for a handle, and on the bottom is a little plastic bead, kind of a bead like this, and a little toothpick or stick and some tape, and that's another way to make a spinning top. And then the third way I'm going to show you is how to take an old CD that you might not be using anymore, and if you have anything round like a marble or something else, maybe a bead, we can glue that in there and make a spinning top that way too. So I love this project because it really embraces maker mindset. And when I say maker mindset, what I mean is I'm giving you an idea and I want you to explore materials and explore ideas and problem solve and try all different ways to make a spinning top that works for you with the materials that you have at home. And you're probably going to make some that don't work so great at first, and then you have to tinker with it and figure it out and figure out how to make it work. And that is all maker mindset right there. So have fun with it. I know you're going to like this project. Let's get started. Okay, for this project, there's lots of materials you're going to need, but most importantly, you're going to need some cardboard. It can be any cardboard, and you can experiment using regular cardboard or cardboard from a cereal box. You need a plastic lid from any kind of yogurt container or anything like that. You're going to need a glue stick. You're going to need a Sharpie and some markers or colored pencils or crayons. You're going to need some scissors. And for this one, you're going to need a couple of pennies, okay? A couple of pennies. And if you have it, some toothpicks. And this is a bead with a hole in it. It could be from a piece of jewelry or maybe a toy, some little circular thing with a hole in it. So that's what we're going to start off with. Oh, and I almost forgot, some clear tape and some white pieces of paper. So lots of materials. I'm hoping that you have most of these at home. Okay, to start, you need a piece of cardboard, and it can be any kind of cardboard. You can also use cereal box cardboard. And you might want to experiment with different kinds of cardboard. So we're going to use this to trace around it. If you can use a plastic lid or you can use a cereal bowl, you can use all kinds of things. And I'm just going to trace around it. I'm pressing down on the lid so the lid doesn't move. And you can use a pencil or a Sharpie. It doesn't matter. We're just tracing this so that we can cut it out. And we're also going to trace a circle on our paper, okay? And you may want to trace more than one circle in case you mess up or you want to do a different design. So there we go. That's going to be the size of our spinning top. Okay, now we have to cut it out. Now you might need to use bigger scissors than little kid scissors to get this. And remember, you have to open your scissors all the way. It can be hard to cut out cardboard. So this might be a part that you need to ask someone for help to cut the cardboard out. One thing that helps is you cut a little bit and then you bend the cardboard down. Okay, so that was pretty hard to do. Once you get your cardboard, you can kind of clean up the cut a little bit and make it nice and round. Most importantly, we want it to be nice and round. Now, there's a couple things that we can do to put a design onto a spinning top that makes it look really cool. One is you have to find the center point, okay? So do your best to find the center point, and then you can draw a line to this, almost like a slice of pizza. Okay, so this is one type of design that looks pretty good on a spinning top. When it spins, it does some cool designs. Another really cool pattern for a top is a swirl. So you find the center point, and then you just start to draw the lines out in circles in a swirl. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, when you spin something like this, it looks really neat. And you can add some color in there. So here we go. We're going to glue our design onto our cardboard with our glue stick. Now, I like to put the glue right on the cardboard. Ooh, this glue looks like it's old. I think I need some more glue. All right, this looks much better. That glue looked pretty old, huh? All right, well, hopefully it'll work. Looks a little bumpy. All right, always put your lid on your glue, otherwise your glue will start to look like that. All right, so now we're gonna smush this down. So here we have it. We have our top on one side and we have it cardboard on the other. The key thing here is we're gonna need to find the center point. In order for a spinning top to balance, we need to find the center point because we're going to make a little hole in there and we're going to put a penny in there and then we're going to spin it. That's the plan. This part might not look totally pretty. You might need some help getting that hole right there. You want to make a hole that you can put a penny in, okay? And so you can use some scissors. If you have any adults there that can help you, maybe use a knife. A knife would probably be good to make a hole. And you just want to make a little hole. Not too big because you don't want the penny to fall out of it. And you want to slide that penny right in there. See how it comes in? A little bit on this side. All right. Let's try it out. Let's see if it spins. So then once it's in there, oh yeah. If yours isn't working, you're going to need to do some troubleshooting. So if your penny is falling out, then your hole is too big. So you might have to go back and make just a little hole, okay? And you could maybe try to put a little glue or tape in there to make sure it stays in there. You know, we're makers, so we like to try all kinds of things. You could try something else in there. So I'm trying a quarter on this one, and that might work a little better. Let's see. Okay, so you can try a penny, or you could try a nickel, or a dime, or a quarter, but mostly you want this to be in there so it doesn't fall out. And that's what you're going to spin with it. Okay, so that's one way to make a spinning top. If it doesn't work the first time, make another one. All right, there I have my swirl design. And believe it or not, just 2 colors and a swirl design looks really cool when you spin it. That's the thing I love about spinning tops. Any design looks really cool. Okay, I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so for this one, we used a coin, but I'm going to show you another way to do it. And this way, you have to make a little X or a hole right in that middle part. So that can be a little hard. If you take your scissors, and you have to be very careful, but you can stick it right through there, okay? And you make a little hole, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, just a little hole, something. You just want to make it little, okay? Now, here's the thing. You need a little bead, like a little bead with a hole in it. Maybe you have an old piece of jewelry, or maybe you have some crafting beads, but a little bead with a hole in it. And for this one, I'm going to use toothpicks. Now, if you don't have toothpicks at home, you could be creative and try to find a little stick in your backyard. All you need is a little stick. So maybe you can think of something else to use if you don't have a toothpick, all right? So I'm gonna put this toothpick, the bead, right through the toothpick like this. And then I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna center it and I'm gonna put that bead, I'm gonna kind of just smush it in there, okay? And this is where we use our clear tape. So I'm gonna take my clear tape and I need 2 pieces. Remember, just little pieces. And once I get that bead where I want it, I'm going to tape it right there. And that is what our top is going to spin on, like this. See, I can spin it with nothing on top. But it's better if you can put something to grab on top. So here is where you can be creative again. There's lots of things you can use. You see how cool that one looks? Yeah. This swirl pattern is really fun. So even there, I'm having fun. I don't even have a handle on it yet. Okay, so for this one, we used a coin to grab onto, and the coin goes all the way through. We can spin it and we can grab onto it. Now this one, we're using a bead on the back. And so there's a few options of things. If you have like a lid to a water bottle, or we can glue that on top of that right there, and that could be your handle. And also what I like to do, if you have a marker like this that's old and doesn't work, like this one, it doesn't work anymore. You can glue this on right here and use that as a handle, okay? So for this though, you're probably gonna need some Elmer's glue, or if you have hot glue, that will work, okay? I'm gonna try it with just this little one for now. Oh, look at this. We could use the lid to the glue stick. So this is maker mindset. Maker mindset is when you explore different materials and you don't just do exactly what I do. You try to invent different ways to do it. Okay, let's try it. I think it's glued on. I hope so. Okay, let's try it. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes. Awesome. This one totally works. Oh my gosh. I didn't think the glue stick would work. So this is an example of me just trying out ideas. I'm doing it in front of you. And I want you to try out different ways to do lids, different things to spin it on. Okay, the ultimate challenge. Can you get 2 different tops spinning at once? Okay, this one works best. Here we go. Yes, I did it. Nice. I'm having too much fun with this. You guys, you're gonna love this one. All right, now I'm going to teach you a third way. We have the first way with the coin and cardboard. We have the second way with a bead and a toothpick. So we can also make a spinning top with an old CD. So this is an old CD that I'm not using, and I'm just going to trace around it right here, right? And a CD is nice because it already has a circle in the middle. And I already did it here, so I'm going to cut this out. Now I'm going to use a marble and I'm going to glue it right in on the bottom. But if you don't have a marble, you can use a bead or you can use any round object. You can use Elmer's glue for this, or if you have access to a hot glue gun and you have an adult that can help you, this is a good time for some hot glue. All right, there you have it. 3 different ways to make spinning tops, and they all work. All right, so make as many spinning tops as you can, and I really encourage you to explore different materials, especially recycled materials, things that you're going to throw away, and see what you can do, because that is the maker mindset. The maker mindset is to get an idea and to run with it and use different materials and try all different ways to see how it works. Maybe you want to try to make smaller ones or bigger ones. And if I'm just going to give you a little spoiler alert there. They don't all work, right? And I know it sounds weird to be your teacher and say, I hope it doesn't work. But I actually do hope that you make spinning tops that don't work. Because then you have to use your brain to try to problem solve and figure out what's going wrong. Maybe your coin isn't in the center. It has to be balanced to spin. Or maybe your lid won't attach on because it's too tall or too little. And these are the things that designers think about. They try lots of different ideas, and most of the ideas don't work. And they keep trying and they keep trying until they figure out what works. So I really encourage you to embrace your maker mindset and make lots of spinning tops and experiment and see which ones work best. Okay? All right. As usual, have fun with it and stay safe out there and keep on making.